Hey there, everybody, and welcome to Fearless Thinking, a podcast designed to help you navigate authentic leadership and the entrepreneurial journey. I'm your host, Michael Devous, and these are my thoughts, lessons, and insights from my entrepreneurial journey into coaching, workshops, motivational speaking, and of course, what I picked up from interviews with inspiring leaders and entrepreneurs along the way. My mission is to help people unlock their untapped potential by using fear as a catalyst for powerful change and growth, so they can step into the greatest version of their most authentic selves. All right, let's get into some fearless thinking. Hey, fearless thinkers. I'm back. This is the Fearless Thinking Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Devous. What a few weeks I have had. You might have seen a couple of posts, and then I failed to post some more. And I do have some, recordings that I need to put up and I need to post. So let me get into this. Obviously, you know that I speak about fearless thinking is about how to utilize our understanding of our fears as well as thinking fearlessly throughout our entrepreneurial journey. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur, mentor, or leader, or you're someone with some experience, but you're facing some obstacles currently with regards to a new endeavor, new job offer, new promotion, whatever. And fear, how it plays a role in building us, how it plays a role in shaping us. And I love talking about it. I love exploring it. And boy, oh, howdy, have I had a new opportunity to explore fear from a very different perspective. So if you're not familiar, my family, welcome back to the Fearless Road podcast. This week we are exploring fear from a different perspective. This week, I'm just going to spend 1 week, just spend 1 week going over fire, catastrophe, disaster, real life incidences where you could be faced with these things while in the middle of trying to launch your business, because that's what's happening to me. And this is personal. I struggled with trying to share with you guys because, gosh, I was torn in so many different ways. One was that I felt horribly bad about not completing my recordings and my episodes during this situation, that I just wasn't consistent with it. And it occurred to me that my own habits and my own skill sets and training, that I fell to my weaknesses and not my strengths. And my weaknesses were that I wasn't consistent enough. The other side of it is integrity, because that I should be consistent. I should be following through. I should be completing these things. I should be delivering them for you, and I didn't. So I failed where that was concerned. The other is that I didn't want to exploit the experience. I didn't want to use it to promote. And what's weird about that is it's like, this is real life. This is what we talk about. We talk about these fears. We have to share these things. And I felt really weird. I felt very torn about sharing it at all. Share that I needed to share it, wanting and hoping that maybe by sharing it, I got some extra attention. I don't know. Set something on fire. See what happens. And I really was torn. I felt a lot of different things about it. So my family and I were evacuated from our home. If you're not familiar, my dad has a ranch in New Mexico in the mountains. I live with them. I've been helping them with the ranch for a couple of years now, which I've actually come to enjoy. And because, with internet, it's remarkable that you can, live up here and get good internet and be able to do this, and do my business and whatnot. And just so happens, forest fires, like real. And so just behind the mountain hill behind us here, we saw the fires start. We saw the smoke. We could smell it, whatever. It was coming our way. We were right in the line of fire, as they say. Now I guess I kind of understand that. Um, and the winds were blowing in our direction. Finally got evacuated. This happened within 3 days. From like, lightning has struck. There's 10 acres on fire. To it's time to pack. Start all the sprinkler systems. Whatever we can do, we've got to go. It's now at 6,000 acres and growing our direction. And you know, this was a very anxiety inducing experience and a test of my own resilience for me. In fact, I went to go see my doctor, to get some anxiety medications on board. I had a nervous breakdown in the midst of this. If you don't know, I also buried a very dear friend of mine and did his services at the beginning of May. He was like a brother to my family. We've known him for almost 30 years. Um, so I think that, coupled with this being displaced from my family and from our home, and I just, I broke emotionally, you know, psychologically, had a bit of a breakdown, and it was tough. I thought, it's weird about that, because I thought that my work is something that could help me stay resolved and keep me moving through and what have you. So interesting how that did not happen for me. uh, Gosh, I'm passionate about what I do, but this threw me for a loop. And I've always preached about, and I do preach about, I don't want to say preach, I speak about, and I try to share about making fear your friend. But facing the potential loss of everything that I own, this studio that I have built, all the things I put in, the equipment, the time, all of that created a challenge for me that I didn't expect. I felt that I should, and this is what my sisters, don't should yourself to death, should have been handling it better. After all, I have spent many years building what I think are strong habits as a foundation, a solid foundation. But the reality, is that even with all the preparation that I've done, getting back on track through this crisis was really tough, has been really tough. It's interesting because in my 50s, I've noticed recently, if I get hit with a bad sickness, if I get hit with the devastating death of a friend, if I get hit with something or other, I used to bounce back in 3 to 5 days. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I had a rule. I gave myself 3 days. I always gave myself 3 days. You have 3 days to boohoo, cry your eyes out, whatever you want, a pity party, whatever you need to do. You got 3 days. Lock it down. Go do that. Come back swinging. Let's get moving. And I think for the most part, that's worked to a certain degree. I think I have friends who would argue otherwise, who tell me I don't allow myself the time to deal with things. I don't know. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. And I'm sleep deprived. I apologize. I would imagine that that three. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know. 3 days is not enough. 5 days, maybe. Now what I'm discovering is that physically and mentally, when I come back from one of these things, it literally takes me 2 to 4 weeks to get back up to speed. It's like my engine is big and old, like Thomas the Train. Like mine, one of the big old engines trying to get up that hill, and I got to get back up to speed. And it's so hard. The struggle is real for me. I even, I've hesitated to share these experiences publicly. I'll do it here, which I don't mind. This part's our dialogue and our sharing. I feel okay about. Social media creeps me out in a bit of a way, simply because I just don't want to be exploitative with the experience. And I'm not, because it's one thing to share it with people that I know. It's one thing to share it with, my listeners, but to be putting it out there across the wide bandwidth feels a bit schmaltzy. I don't know, but I realize that our struggles, my struggles, even the painful, difficult ones, can be a teaching lesson for all of us. So I'm sharing with you right now what I'm going through. I'm going to share with you what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, what I'm trying to do to get through this, and where I'm going to be going with this as I move forward to explore this a little bit further. Now, the fire has caused me to pause and reflect and have some new perspectives that I want to explore, highlighting the importance of my community and the need for purpose and the power of passion that just keeps us going in a world when it feels like it's falling apart. And that's important because the thing that became my passion shifted very quickly when it was my family that was threatened, and my business. I mean, yeah, I believe in this and I want to do this and I'm going to do this. I am launching the Ascend Hub. That's going to happen and we will be successful. But it really sort of like, when you have your fire bag, your escape bag or whatever, the essentials. And I had to go look around and be like, what's the minimum I need to take, you know? And part of me going, well, fuck it all, like what happens, you know what I mean? So, and it's such a weird, in the middle of trying to get my family situated, trying to run fire hoses and water hoses out everywhere, trying to oh, it was, literally behind this mountain and whatever, you can't see it, but you know what I mean? And, this puts the idea of resiliency in a whole new light. I consider myself to be a very resilient individual. I've bounced back from so many different things. And I'll bounce back from this. I will learn. And actually, I'm going to learn. I'm going to take this. I'm going to use this to teach myself as well as share with y'all my perspectives on this and what I think I've learned from it. And maybe I can be stronger and better and that can help other people as well. And please share with me your experiences if you have them. Resiliency, which isn't necessarily about being perfect and never faltering, right? Because resiliency, it's like it built into the word is about having the courage and the acknowledging that you have struggles, but then seeking the strength and the support you need and the determination to rise from the ashes. There's a fire thing. Stronger than before. Resilience is about layers of experiences, layers and layers and layers of experiences that begin to give you multiple tools, multiple perspectives, multiple observations, multiple levels of understanding yourself from an emotional and psychological standpoint so that you can make decisions when getting, hit with life, things that happen. And that actually was one of the reasons I wanted to build the Ascend Hub was to provide a place of building resiliency, a community of support for individuals that are on their journey and on their entrepreneurial road, their fearless road, trying to navigate it and getting hit with all kinds of things. And this is one of those, we can talk about business, getting hit with business problems, tech problems, solution, what you name it. But if someone out there gets hit by a fire, if one of our members, right, and gets hit by a fire, an earthquake, a hurricane, a tornado, one of those Mother Nature things that's not covered by insurance, we should be there for them, right? We should be there for each other. I want to be able to be there for you, to make sure that there's some place, some community, resources, people that you can turn to in the midst of this to help you bounce back and be more resilient quickly. And a community of entrepreneurs, like-minded and like-valued, aspiring entrepreneurs, leaders, and mentors who can help bring that support, those resources and inspiration to navigate these challenges as they come up, turning adversity into a fuel for our growth. Well, that's a place where I think we can all learn to connect, grow, and ascend together. Pardon my puns. I know, I'm tired. So whether you're facing your own personal crises, or a business setback, simply feeling overwhelmed, even, by life's demands, that's every day for us, right? That's all the time. We are always up to here, just right above the flotation line. Don't fill above the line is what I think of. I should have a little t-shirt that says, I keep talking about, I digress. I need a t-shirt that says, do not overfill. And just has a line across there that says, don't overfill. Because, we can get isolated in our own thoughts and feel very compartmentalized and feel very overwhelmed by all those things we've tackled and that we're putting on ourselves, right? We're putting ourselves on that road of those challenges as entrepreneurs. And this is just what we do, right? We actually crave this. So it's on us. But we don't have to do it alone. Reaching out to a community to embrace our own vulnerability and let our passion guide us and move us forward, as well as communicate with others and share these experiences, whether it's a fire taking your home, or whether it's a fire taking your job, or whether it's a, not a literal fire, but I can't even think of the word, fake fire. I hate saying that. I'm so sorry. Virtual fire affecting our business decisions on our entrepreneurial journey. Now, there are ways for us to share our experiences and help each other build resiliency. Nothing builds resiliency like you going through it yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can always say, it's really, really hard. Don't put your hand on there. And I'm going to put my hand on it. When I was a kid, you could tell me all you want. You get blue in the face. My mom would always say to me, I could tell you till I'm blue in the face and you're still going to do it. I'm like, yeah, I'm still going to do it because that's me. I have to walk through the fire. I have to know I completed the task, that I did it. Now, as I've gotten older, I will say today, I can learn from other people. I can take on their experiential knowledge without having to do all of the things. Some of the things I still feel like I got to, some of it I still feel like I have to have my hands on it. And I'm sure that's a type of character trait that is very specific to certain types of people. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for your patience. For those of you who reached out during this time, I really, really appreciate you sharing your loving thoughts and your words and your kind prayers and all that stuff for me and my family. We are back. I'm in the studio trying to get things under back up and running. Lots of dust and smoke, powdered dust, ash stuff is still in here, and I've got to clean this out. However, this week we will be exploring personal integrity. We will be exploring integrity and trust, personal reflections on the promises made, right? We make to ourselves, doing hard things, like we can do hard things. And then of course, mastering our inner fire, the emotional resilience in the face of a crisis. We're going to look at a couple of these things during this week, and I'm going to explore them. Hopefully you won't get tired of listening to me talk about it. It's only going to be 1 week. I will share. There will be additional video footage and things like that from my posts. I mean, it's a little, weak. I don't know. Not weak. I don't want to judge myself. It's just not normally me, but you're going to see it. I'm going to share it. That's what I got to do. So have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for your time and patience. This is coming out. It's going to be late because it's already Monday. I apologize, but I will get this out. And I'll be sharing this with you guys. Okay, so thank you so much. Fearless Thinking Podcast. Have an incredible day, incredible week. Love on your loved ones. Love your homes. Get that insurance if you can. Get everything covered. Keep your head down and keep your chin up. And do some fearless thinking. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Okay, bye.